and I've been eating an all raw diet since, and I have found that it's done wonders for me.
Hi, it's Brian from Fruit Power. I'm here with Andrew Perlot. Andrew gave a riveting talk at Arnold's Way tonight, and I led off the talk by saying he's one of my heroes, and he really is. I've learned so much from this guy. I think he's outstanding what he's done on a raw food diet. So I was so excited to give a talk here, and I had one question left from my talk, and I'm going to ask Andrew that now. I thought it would be a good topic. So Andrew, you've been a raw food researcher for 8 years, and you were mostly raw for 2 years prior to that. I want to ask, what kind of things do you continue to fine-tune on your diet as you progress? I've been at this for 4.5 years raw, pretty much on the path for 5 years. I'm just curious, maybe you have a trick or two ahead for me to discover.
Like things that I've discovered as I've gone on that have been beneficial to me?
Absolutely.
I would say that I don't believe that this is universal, but personally I really enjoy having a large gap between my last meal in the evening and my first meal in the morning. So frequently I try to be done by like 6 or 7 p.m. and then not eat again. And again, it depends. It's not all the time because sometimes I have to be up and really physically active in the morning, so I'll eat breakfast. But ideally, I find I do the best. I feel really good digestively when I don't eat until roughly 11, sometimes 12. So quite a few hours in between those meals, and then I eat 2 really big meals a day, and I find that really works well for me.
So you're eating 2 meals a day now. For a while I thought you were eating 3, so you kind of taken that.
Well, it's not that I've ever done either one exclusively. Like, you know, sometimes you need the calories in the morning because you've got more to do or you're being physically active. It's not like you absolutely need to do one or the other. It just, if I'm working my normal schedule, which usually involves morning work at my computer, and then I'll get out maybe sometime between like 9 and 11 to do my physical activity for the day, then it feels really good to me to do that. If I'm not concerned about performance and I'm not running a race or I have to perform at a really high level, to go in a fasted state and I'll do my workout and then I will eat a huge meal of fruit and then I'm good to go.
Okay.
And that feels good to me. And I just find it's digestively it feels really good and yeah, I just enjoy doing it.
I was curious about your workout and how it's evolved. You talked about during the talk tonight that you were a marathoner, but you described yourself as weak. You might have had some good leg strength to keep you going. 34 miles, you said, but you wanted to bulk up. I know you did a lot of body weight exercises. Can you describe what a typical workout, if you can even describe a typical workout?
Well, so the woman filming right now is Kimberly. You can wave across the camera. Like for me, acro is a workout, and I threw Kimberly around, and that requires strength. Now, Kimberly is really light. Usually I work with girls or guys who are heavier, but even Kimberly, like, you know, it takes some muscular endurance and muscular strength to throw around. And but in terms of body weight stuff you can do on your own, you can do handstand push-ups, you can do push-ups, you can do squats, and all of those moves and many more have a variety. A lot of people are like, well, I can do 100 push-ups and so I'm done, but they don't realize that they could be progressing towards one-handed push-ups. They don't realize that you know, if you can do a squat, you can then do a pistol. They don't realize that, okay, well, you can do 10 pull-ups, well, now maybe you want to start working on one-handed pull-ups or close hands together pull-ups or some variant. So the thing about body weight is that it's so versatile because you can keep making it more difficult. It's so easy to find it. People think, oh, weights, I just add on more weight, but you get strong doing body weight exercises because you have to not only get physically stronger, muscularly stronger, increase your endurance, but it's skill-based as well. You have to really be conscious about things like alignment when you're doing a handstand push-up. If you bend your back or you're looking in a weird angle, it completely kills your ability to do it. So you get better, you get the technique down, you get stronger. All of them scale really well, and I've just enjoyed it over the years using a lot of bodyweight stuff.
I got to tell the viewers out there, I just saw some amazing feats of strength. And Andrew has a video where he talks about how, you know, he doesn't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he can, you know, lift a girl who weighs, what, about 120 pounds with one arm while he's getting off the ground. 150.
Yeah.
We discussed what he talked about in that video. You use Bruce Lee as a good example. The guy is very well built, but he doesn't appear to be, you know, overly massed.
Well, muscular strength does not always follow muscular size. People assume that the strongest people are always going to be the biggest people, when we often see that that's not the case. Bruce Lee was, if you go and, well, you can see that I put footage of Bruce Lee in that video, but he would hit someone from this distance, and he would send them back flying across the room.
Yeah, it was like 10 feet. It was
and
amazing.
it's just the ability to project power over that short distance is incredible. But all kinds of, in terms of strength per pound, he would destroy a lot of modern bodybuilders, as not total strength, mind you, but strength per pound. And that he wasn't bulking up, because to some degree that extra bulk will slow you down. But so a lot of the bulk is actually the buildup of chemical energy within your muscles, and basically if you continue to work muscular endurance without really choosing harder weights or whatnot, you can generally do that. In fact, a lot of people who go to the gym will use they'll isolate a movement, and they'll have a curl machine, and this is what they do. And it's very easy to get big muscles using this by just progressively adding the weight. And completely progressively adding the reps,
Okay.
even if you don't even necessarily add the strength. Now, to some degree, you're going to have to up the strength, because it'll just get too easy, but you don't necessarily have to get stronger that way. On the other hand, if you train for, I'm going to do something really hard, but I'm only going to do 1 rep, maybe to 3 reps, you can actually get very strong without putting on a great deal of body mass. And personally, I've seen I know what it was like to run at 158 pounds when I was primarily a marathon runner, and I just know what it's like for me to run now at about 170. And no matter what kind of shape I'm in, it's harder to run distance at 170 pounds. I can sprint a lot faster, but it slows you down. And so personally, I'm not interested in adding more bulk beyond the minimum required for me to get stronger so that I can play in the manner that I want. And so for me, it's about managing that muscle gain to just get stronger without getting too much bigger.
And you have a few YouTube channels, don't you? 3 of them, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, I've got my raw food one, I've got my mastering bodyweight exercise one, and Brittany and Andrew monkey around. So the last 2 are not well developed. There's just a few videos on there, but yeah.
And you also got a few books.
Yeah, Raw Food Weight Loss and Vitality is my most popular, about how to eat a raw food diet, thrive. The Raw Food Digestive Tune-Up is specifically addressing digestive disorders, the problem that I had, colitis, but also similar issues, Crohn's, IBS, gluten intolerance, a whole bunch of other digestive issues. And Savory Raw Dressings and Sauces is my sauces book, and for dressing, salad dressings and sauces.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much. I really appreciate your talking and coming out tonight.
Thanks.
Stay tuned for more. Thank you.